Greetings friends, Jawless Paul here. Wanted to make a quick video about Nordhold. This is an awesome tower defense game. I've been playing it on stream a bit and recently had some of my first victories, and I just wanted to talk about some of the things that I've learned while playing the game that aren't immediately apparent when you play. This took quite a while before I figured out some of these things, so we'll just kind of go through them. The economy, we'll kind of start with the economy and then I'll talk about towers here in a minute. But in the economy, the way the game teaches you in the tutorial is very villager focused. So it focuses in on how, you know, your villagers each give you 10 resources when they're working, and that's the best way to get to get resources. That is not the case. This game is all about these outposts, especially the general collector. So my advice when you start out, well, first of all, the burden cart, next 3 outposts cost 50%. And maybe it'll be a while before you get the supply depot unlocked, but once you do, these things are your friend, and the burden cart is going to jumpstart your economy more than anything else in this game. Is to pick up the burden cart, make one right here and right here. The first 2 go right there, and then as you explore, you'll find more and more, and then you can build on that even more by building the university. I know it costs 150 wood, but it is so worth it. You have to unlock it, obviously. But then you get these 3 outposts cost 20% less, and they have a 1+1 radius, and they give 50% bonus production. So as you can see, we're getting a decent amount of resources. I mean, this is probably like still within noob levels, but and we're on a mission right now, right? Our half our workers are gone. 5 of them are gone to get a legendary banner, but we're still earning this, and this is with the brewery active. Okay, so this is by no means the craziest it's ever been, but this is how you get the economy going, in my opinion. And then you also want to get the guild hall. So we've got 525 gold that we can just grab whenever we want. It earns 50 per turn. This thing is also amazing, so grab the supply depot as soon as you can, then grab the university as soon as you can, then grab the guild hall. Now, of course, you have to start out, you always start out with a worker economy, and you want to build a mill and hire your workers and build your houses, of course. But as soon as you, and especially when you get when you're hiring your brand, like your hero, pick the one that gives you wood, because doggone it, if you build the university a couple turns earlier, the only thing that university costs is turns. So you just have to get through the turns, get these 3 things, and your economy will pretty much be set. Just keep building general collectors and watch the wood and gold and stone just pour in after that. That's my first bit of advice about the village here. Obviously, there's more stuff to talk about, but those are by far the most impactful things. When I switched from focusing on getting my workers right away to, as soon as I could, getting the supply depot and getting these 2 general collectors. And obviously the burden cart makes it that much faster. It gets it going even faster. But even without the burden cart, it's still the best strategy, in my opinion, to get your economy. Okay, now let's talk about towers. I feel like the towers are actually super well balanced. They're all really good in their own ways. But I will say that you want to be talking about and look at the focus, the priority. I think the default for all the towers is just to go after enemies with the most health. That's okay for a while, but it's not okay for in the end, because in the end, what you really need to be doing is destroying the barrier carriers and the enemies that spawn minions and the enemies that regenerate health, because a lot of them have health regeneration in an area around them. You want to take those guys out, and that's what I use my Raven towers for. They all have that. So you set this up, and then you push this button for all towers of that type, and then that just becomes what the Raven towers do. Is they take out those 3 types of enemies. Of course, you can assign that to anything you'd like, but I feel like they're the best for that because they're so high damage. They're so high damage, and that's great. And then, so my 2 main towers, as you can see, are arc towers. I'm using a lot of arc towers. And for them, I just have them attack the most health, right? They're just kind of clearing out everything. And there's some ways to get like crit. See, we have 100% crit chance, and then crit damage is through the roof. It's kind of we focused in on crit chance and crit damage, and I've got a lot of these bonuses, like the one that gives you increased crit chance each time you crit. That's totally busted in my opinion. Yeah, but yeah, that's the biggest thing I'd say is try to set up something. It doesn't have to be the Raven Tower, but something to take out barriers, enemies that spawn minions, and enemies that regenerate health. Okay, and then the other thing I'd say, these two whatever 2 towers you put here, have them just focus the enemy closest to the village. But honestly, like that doesn't at a certain point, it doesn't really matter. Now, I will say this is a super lucky map, right? Like anyone who's played for any amount of time, like we're on wave 24 and we are still mostly exploring in the green zone. So this is a very, very lucky map that I've found. But you kind of need to have some luck, I've found, in order to do especially well. But that this is kind of required to do well, otherwise it's just kind of a struggle. It feels like it's always just a struggle if you don't have a nice map that at least doubles back on itself one time. It doesn't have to do as much as this. Like this is insane. Like this, all I need to do is put towers in this one area and it like hits enemies 90. They have like almost 100% uptime on these towers. Like they're constantly firing. So anyway, those are kind of like two tips. The other things that I would say, there's a let's see if I can see where not banners, I want relics. So there's a relic that I found that also is totally busted, and it is, oh, can I see it? This one, loaded dice. The banner that you have picked the most is always offered in banner choice events. So one time I won because I got loaded dice pretty early. I found Lucky Shot, and I just pumped Lucky Shot. I probably chose Lucky Shot banners 20 times, and eventually it unlocked Skyfall arrows. And so my arrow towers were doing an insane amount of damage. So that is another relic to be looking out for. So the burden cart is huge, and the loaded dice are huge. But that kind of does it. Maybe we'll do a wave here. The other thing that I'd say too is early on, get Endless Woods and maybe get Wonder Seed. Like these are just give you passive production. If you think about it, like this is so valuable. So gold is extremely valuable in this game. I think people, especially when I started, I was like, oh, I got to get more workers. But Wonder Seed is like having 2 more workers all the time. Like just one level of Wonder Seed will do that. Or Sources of Wealth is like 2 workers in your mine. Or Rocksteady is 2 workers in your mine, giving you 10. And then the other thing to do before you do anything upgrading is to at least get the first level of economy budget, reducing building upgrade costs by 10%. That just will speed things up as well, because gold is hard to come by, especially early. But I recommend going for the gold mine early. Like gold is the best way to build your production. And then once you've gotten a level of Endless Woods, and you've got enough gold, so you're just kind of passively producing wheat, maybe some stone too, is to just get all those buildings up as soon as possible, and then build supply depots, or general collectors, I should say, which only require wood. So just get as much wood as you can. Friends, that's gonna do it for my quick tips on this game. It's super, super fun. I feel like I hope that this game is around for a long time and they keep expanding on it, because I feel like this is the most fun roguelike tower defense game I've ever played. It's super, super good if you haven't tried it. Anyway, I said I was going to do a wave, so let's do a wave. Let's go down here. Okay. So you can kind of see, like, things are sort of ridiculous, like especially those arc towers. They're firing so fast. That's the other thing too. When I'm leveling up, I pretty much leave everything on fire rate. I auto level fire rate because fire rate is so strong on almost every single tower. And then don't forget that you can use the individual, like even if you have you've got that on auto level, you can spend a little bit of gold to level up your towers in other special ways. So like it doesn't cost that much gold if you're auto leveling. Obviously this is level 5, so it's going up pretty fast, but if you're auto leveling fire rate but you want to increase its range a little bit, just drop some gold. Especially once you get your gold rolling, it really gets good. The other thing to say about that, about upgrading, is the workshop. So advanced towers, tower upgrades become 5 gold cheaper, 10 gold cheaper, 15 gold cheaper. That just means that you're leveling up more. This is basically like a way to snowball even faster because your towers will level up 1 turn earlier than they normally would. So this is a very worthy gold investment. In fact, I'm going to buy this now. Construction costs, obviously this is great too. I don't, but this one seems completely busted to me. That one seems super strong, and I want it. At this point, it's almost like I don't even really. I just kind of need towers everywhere, but once I set them up, it doesn't really matter. I don't think. Let's do a couple more of these. Let's see if we can get. I think we're almost to the final thing. So this is a boss wave. Thunderclash the Relentless. Let's see if he poses a threat. We'll see. He's already dying pretty fast. This is only normal difficulty as well, by the way. If you maybe some of you are like pros at this game and have played on higher difficulties. I have not. Crit chance also increases crit damage. That seems good. That seems really good. Okay. Height affects damage. That's super strong. However, ancient knowledge is probably better. The research that I'm going for right now is really important, and I want it. It's we got crit damage, so even more crit damage, and now we're gonna go for fire rate. Now this will take. Oh, is it only gonna take 1 turn? Oh my gosh! And we can afford another collector. Let's see. Now the reason that these numbers are so high, you're probably, if you haven't done a collector strategy before, you're probably like, what the heck? Why is he getting 23? You know, all of these purple and pink ones. It's because of these. It's because of these things that I got here. So increasing the radius and increasing the output, the resource production. Like that's how you get crazy economy from these things. Anyway, I'm gonna grab this 23 because why not? 33 and 36 more wood and stone. Let's grab another Raven Tower because why not? Use the fire rate some more. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about. I don't think so. Oh yeah, that's right. My workers are all back. And so like at this point, my workers almost do nothing. Like my workers are my least important part of my economy. In some ways, maybe we should sacrifice one. Let's sacrifice one. You get a legendary relic for this. You do lose a little bit of productivity, but like we said, we don't care. So we sacrifice a free Raven Tower or burn, bleed, weakness. We've got burn and weakness. We might as well. I think this is better. We're getting Raven Towers regularly. So at the moment, you get burn from these towers. They drop bombs that leave burn on the floor, and you get weakness from this. And so if I have that, then I can get, like, weakness will increase the amount of time that enemies burn, and vice versa. That seems really good. We should do that. Some of these placements are so like bad right now, but I just don't. I mean, like, I need to build up my towers, but I'm also, hopefully I don't screw it up too bad, but I don't think I will. All right, let's explore again. But like these waves just go so fast. Let's go at 4 speed. If things start to get scary, then we'll adjust things. But right now, like, enemies aren't even getting into this final stretch. Like there's just so much damage coming out. There's just so much damage coming out. And we got that research again. Like, oh my heavens. The next legendary banner taken is taken twice. That seems really strong. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? It'll be done by 33. Can we even play to that point? I don't know if we can. We might not even be able to see that. That's okay. Yeah, some of these enemies though, they regenerate and they spawn so many enemies, like you have to take them out, which is why the Raven Towers are so essential to have a strategy to get rid of them. Let's take Riker's axe. Anyway, friends, thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful, enjoyable in some way. If it was, let me know in the comments or something. Check out this video if you like other types of roguelikes. All right, friends, we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.